it's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life, but sometimes you gotta do that. I was f***ed up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I make no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it. I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy, and go into rehab. Had to ask God for His mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. But I'm committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news. Now today we have, hey yo man, look, you saw what we have, man. We got apologies on deck, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get started right now, okay? Because I mean that's what you tuned in for. Listen, man, listen, okay? So hopefully we already showed you the video, right? The apology video that Diddy did. I don't know how you feel about it, man, but like people can apologize. They can apologize. The question is, why would, like, it seems very disingenuous when you see the apology take place after the fact, right? Ain't that what Judas did? Didn't Judas apologize for what he did, but only well, that's a little bit different, right? I'm just saying, like, when he had a long time to apologize for what he did, and he might have even went against what his lawyers said, but it looks like he apologized because he got caught out there. But before we even go into all of that, let's see, concerning the video that first came out, right? The Cassie video that came out on Friday. Antonio Brown said he's on it. He said he's on it, okay? Don't I have a picture of it? Take a look at this video that Antonio Brown posted.
Cuba, what do you say to your fans?
That man said if LAPD won't do the job, Detective AB is on it. I said this man is now you want to troll? This man is trolling. Well, he never not trolls, right? Now Kodak Black's lawyer has chimed in on the Diddy Cassie video, right? That came out. This is what he said. He said what a lot of us think. He said, this is Kodak Black's lawyer. What's his name again? His name is damn, I forgot the name. Bradford Cohen. Okay. He said, anyone who thinks CNN obtained, quote unquote, the video is a sucker. This was a leak, and to me, it telegraphs the fact that he's about to be charged in a bigger case. This way, if Cassie is the star witness, they could rely on the fact that she was essentially under his control. By the way, that is why this case should have been settled way before the lawsuit was filed. Close quote. That makes sense to me. That makes sense what he's saying. He's essentially saying they're about to use Cassie as a star witness. So no one can doubt what Cassie's saying. They released the video of Cassie being abused, so you can't even question what she said. It's another way to certify, yeah, we got the win on this. You know what I'm saying? We got the W on this. I tell you, man, when the feds drop a diss track, they ain't playing. And young King Combs thought he was gonna drop a little rhyme and stuff like that and try to throw shade at the feds of all people. But the leak of that video certifies that, yo, you could trust what she said, because what she said is consistent with what was in the court documents that we already saw, that we went through. And I told y'all, I still got to go through them court documents. I ain't forget. I saw a couple of y'all say, yeah, please read the documents. We gonna do that. We gonna do that. But listen, man, let me keep it going, okay? Uncle Luke, right, has stated that the diddler, listen, man, he said the diddler shouldn't be the only one that's looked at as guilty in this situation, because there was a lot of men, grown men, that was around when these women were being abused. You follow what I'm saying? And I wholeheartedly agree with that, okay? I never thought I'd see the day where me and Uncle Luke is like, we are in full agreement on a situation involving women. But Uncle Luke was like, yo, man, he don't really like to see women being abused. There's a lot of men that don't want to see women abused. It's crazy, man. I was talking to Sauce, man, and Sauce was like, yo, man, he's like, where I'm from, man, like 90% of the men I know, they abuse their women. He was like, and I hate it. I hate it because Sauce is like, yo, man, I saw a lot of that, you know what I'm saying, in life, and I hate that joint. And it's crazy, man, because that's a lot of us that is what we see. You know what I mean? So I'm all for what's going on now, where everybody looking at men abusing women and being like, this man, F that. You know what I'm saying? If you got more power than a woman, like, you shouldn't really be doing all of that. Like, what are you doing? And abuse, we know that abuse happens both ways. There's a lot of women. I've been attacked by women myself. You know what I'm saying? like that ain't, you know what I mean? And it ain't because like, oh, they caught me cheating. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times it's like when folks don't get what they want, they ready to kill and violate. You know what I mean? That's where most fighting comes from, really. It's from people that are not getting what they want. Read it, James chapter 4. People don't get what they want, so they become violent. You know what I mean? But listen, though. Listen, Uncle Luke on the Diddy video. Take a listen to what he had to say.
If y'all had my phone, and people who sometimes use my social media, they take my phone away from me. They remind me, don't fucking say nothing about nothing. And this week has been crazy. It has been absolutely bananas. But my thing is, and I like going back to it, I video, this is how I feel, like everybody else. This is how I feel about the situation. And then I don't send it, Luke. Save the draft. Type something. Twitter. This is how I feel about the situation. Save the draft. I got more shit saved the draft than a little bit. Because I'm saying to myself, I don't have to, nobody, what the hell? I don't have to say nothing. Everything has already been said. But I want to say this part.
Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
All these people who were around when all this shit was going on, if anybody's guilty, they are just as guilty as them. As the individual who did the dumb shit. I'm not gonna be around no dude, no woman. I'm not for them. I guess that's why I don't float in them circles, because I don't get invited to the little soirees and the little hidden parties and the little private deals and all that, with all the free going on and all that. They know not to have. They know not to. I don't play like that. I don't even carry myself like that. So if I see anybody, and they know how I am, I love kids. I'm always helping people. That's what it's all about. If I was around something like that, I would definitely have said something. And for all them people who's around getting a check, turning a blind eye, all the fucking security dudes who want to run their mouth right now for a check, you should have stepped to that man and said something right there. If you saw something like that going on. Let me tell y'all a little story about myself. I was in the Bahamas. Saw a man beating up a woman in the Bahamas. My mom is from the Bahamas. I'll have to give y'all a little story. To this day right now, I can't go to the Bahamas. To this day right now, I can't go to the Bahamas. You know why I can't go to the Bahamas? I was in the casino at a golf tournament Go out to them early in the day. I'm at the casino at night, and this dude was beating the shit out of his girlfriend in the casino. And I went over there, bruh, you ain't got to do that. It was another brother. You ain't got to do that, bruh. Calm down. Hey, look here, man. Y'all calm down. Dude then snapped on me. You know, all that. What the f you worried about this and all that? And I carefully gave him a 2-piece. And and then they came, locked both of us up, put me in jail then in the Bahamas. I go to jail because I'm beating this dude because he beat on this woman, and I don't even know Buddy. I can't go there now. I'm still trying to get my paperwork straight.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. I hate the fact that, like, I hate the fact that, like, this is where we are with this whole situation, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, look, Uncle Lou said the security should have stepped to that man right there when they saw the diddler doing the things that he did. And that's what I'm saying, man. A lot of these, like, you know, I hate to throw it out here, man, but a lot of these security guards, they see the insanity happening, but they be looking in the other direction. A lot of people, because they like, yo, man, I gotta feed my family, I gotta feed my kids. So they look in the other direction and act like they don't see the crazy things that be going on. But man, you see something, you really gotta say something. And if you don't say nothing, then it's gonna be, you know what I mean? Your people's gonna have to deal with that. Your daughters are gonna have to deal with that. Your nieces are gonna have to deal with that. Your little girl, female, you gotta look at the young ones, look at their faces and look at their eyes, and then think about what they're gonna have to deal with. People really need to be keeping their hands to themselves. And if you don't stop it when you see it, but see, that's what I'm saying, man. That, like, a lot of these artists, they security guards are supposed to be playing defense. You're supposed to be protecting the artist from someone potentially trying to hurt them. Instead, they use the security as like hitmen. They use them as like, this is my muscle. So if I don't get what I want, or if I don't like what I'm seeing, I'm gonna use it to attack you. That's why I had the issue with what Lil Yachty said when he was like, oh, it was pusillanimous for all them rappers to attack Drake and stuff like that. Because I'm like, wait, as far as I remember, I'm hearing stories about Drake's security team attacking people physically. So if you use your security as your muscle to attack people, man, you just as pusillanimous, right? Because you just, like, you're not handling it yourself. Unless you're handling it yourself, that's different. You know what I'm saying? I've seen videos of Mike Tyson, like, ready to step to people himself. Anyway, look, Revolt, who used to work with Diddy, right? You know, they did respond on, you know, the Cassie Diddy video. They said, we're deeply saddened and disturbed by the recent video circulating of our former chairman, Sean Diddy Combs. Even with his recent separation from Revolt, they highlighted it twice, okay? Former chairman, recent separation, it is still our duty to address this matter and recognize the direct impact it has on our staff, our audience, and the culture we represent. They said, Revolt stands in solidarity with all who have been a victim of abuse and remain committed to upholding the values and integrity our community expects from us. We vehemently stand against any form of domestic abuse and will always be a fearless advocate for truth and accountability. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, call the National Domestic Violence Hotline at 1-800-799-7233. Yo. Hopefully Source got that number up so that you can see it, man. Yeah. Like, all men, man, we gotta make sure that we protect our women. We've got to protect our women from domestic violence. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. We have to protect our women. If you as a man if we don't protect our women from domestic violence, then who can they turn to? Who can they turn to for protection? You see what I'm saying? The men are supposed to protect you know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. We all got it all cuffed up. Everybody's so busy trying to chase the bag, they'll allow the women to be attacked. You know what I'm saying? And the women are the ones that are bearing. This is not the only reason why they have value. But I'm saying, consider the fact the women bear the children and raise the children. You know what I mean? While a lot of the men are at work, the women are at home taking care of the children. So we got to make sure that they are protected. You know what I mean? But our society got it all twisted up, man. It got it all twisted up. Now, we already showed you the video of Diddy apologizing. Hopefully Sauce had that on the front end. Of course, you know what I'm saying, Sauce be holding it down. But look, a lot of people have saw Diddy's apology. They don't want to, you know. Well, let me put it like this. Lil Duval has posted this. He saw Diddy's apology. He said, why did he look like he in Bali with Russell Simmons? Look, I know when I saw the apology video, I was like, wherever this man is at, it's better than where I'm at right now. He looked like he is chilling. You know what I'm saying? But that doesn't mean, well, you can apologize anywhere. He could have done it from the bathroom. Anywhere he apologized, people would have criticized it. Okay? Like if you saw a white background, I'd be like, my walls ain't that white. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, he's in a nice place. My walls ain't even that white. You know what I mean? You got crayon and markers all over your walls and stuff like that. No. Yeah, wherever he apologized, ain't nobody would have. Because at this point, he is the man that everyone loves to hate. And loves to hate on. And for good reason. For great reason. For great reason. Okay? Now, you're probably going to be mad about this part, but Charleston White has something to say on it. Look, Charleston White can say what he wants to say. You be getting the opportunity to say what you want to say. That's why we be going to the comment section. So why can't Charleston White say what he want to say? Take a listen to what Charleston White had to say.
Well, I just want to say this. In some relationships, some people like fighting and fucking and making up. Shit, nigga, I know mine and my uncle did. And then just think, man, they was fucking and getting high together. They blowing cocaine, doing mollies. Now, don't act like Cassie don't like to fucking freak. And I'm sure, man, come on now. Nah, man, y'all ain't fit to trick me to go against Diddy because he was whooping this bitch. And matter of fact, the bitch ain't come out and said it.
That man says some folks like to fight, then they cuff. Now, Charleston White, just to throw it out here, he has strongly advocated putting hands on women. And I don't know if when he's saying that, that's the character, right, that he's portraying himself to be, or if he really does that, okay? You'd have to hear it from his lady. But I'm just saying, like, I'm not shocked at what he's saying because he's already advocated that, like, this is what he needs to do. You're like, well, we don't want to hear from what he had to say if that's what he does. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people that do this weird, heinous stuff that you be hearing from. You know that, right? Like, don't think, it's like I told my cousin, yo, man, I ain't listening to no R. Kelly music. My cousin was like, yo. He was like, you know how many people R. Kelly wrote music for? And at that point, I was like, oh, okay, you got that. It's like, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? I go by what it say in Corinthians chapter 8. It says, ask no questions for the sake of your conscience. If your conscience makes you feel like, in other words, the scripture says, if your conscience makes you feel like you shouldn't do something, but you're not really sure about the something that you're about to look into, don't ask no questions. Just eat the food. That's what it say. You know what I'm saying? Because some folks, their conscience is so sensitive that, you know, things that are permissible, you know, they feel like they still cannot do. You know what I mean? Anyway, 50 Cent has also chimed in on the apology. What did 50 post? 50 posted this. He said, let me see if I can find it. He said, he looked at the apology of Diddy. He said, this was not going to work. Who is advising him right now? Shaking my head, bad move. Yeah, when I saw Diddy's apology, the first thing that came to my mind was, well, if he's apologizing, then technically that's an admission to, and he can't not admit it. It's in 4K. You know what I mean? So, you know, he can't not admit it. At this point, he's like, I know that that's me. I'm going to apologize. I think, you know, a lot of people would have been like, yo, you know, I don't know. I mean, when he gets caught doing what he's doing, there's nothing that can be done at that point. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if he didn't apologize, people would say he ain't even never apologized. And he could apologize in a courtroom. He could have apologized in a courtroom. You know, I think he would have, honestly, the apology probably would have been received better if before they read the verdict, if he's in a courtroom before they read the verdict, if he apologized at that moment. You know what I'm saying? You know, it's easy for us to say what we would have did, but if I did that, I would have just not, I probably would have imagined that I would have not said anything until right before the verdict. Because at that point, when you apologize, it's like, yo, man, I don't know what the verdict is gonna be, but I want to say that and then the verdict would have been read. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if he apologized for doing it, and then the verdict was not guilty. Ain't that the kind of world we live in? Big top circus world. Anyway, Cassie's lawyer has chimed in on the apology. Okay, this is what he said. Cassie's lawyer said, Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday, that he was only compelled to apologize once his repeated denials were proven false, shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words. I think we said it yesterday, and we saying it again. Diddy done. Diddy done. Diddy is done. See, yeah, TMZ tried to do that whole, you know what I'm saying? They tried to do a Diddy documentary, but they jumped too soon on it. Y'all did it too soon. You know what I mean? It was way too soon, TMZ. Come on now. You're supposed to be patient enough to watch the whole thing unfold. Now, when 50 drop his Diddy do it, it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? You know what's interesting? I was having this conversation with my peoples, man. And I asked my peoples, I said, when did you believe officially, did you believe that Diddy was like guilty of all the stuff that, you know what I'm saying? Because we're hearing a lot of names come out, you know what I mean? Like, matter of fact, take a listen to what Diddy's security guard said concerning everything that Diddy got going on. Take a listen. That man said, the real Roger Bond said, I wish Lady KP, that is, well, that was Gene Deal. I think that was Gene Deal that we just showed you. But Diddy's other security guard, I guess, Roger Bonds, he said, I wish Lady KP, that is Kim Porter, was here to get an apology. Please remember who I am and where I was. But I know you was at Rick Bottom. You know what I'm saying? Then too, Oh, let's not talk about Gina Wynn. I think, is that Gina Wynn? I don't know how to say that. That NDA don't stand up against anything illegal. Oh, that was rock bottom too, huh? Now, this is what Roger Bonds is saying. Didn't he say something else? I thought he said something else too. Let me double check. I'm pretty sure he said something else. Let me double check this. What else did the man say? The man said, Diddy security guard speaks. He also said, I guess you sorry and was at rock bottom for years and years, because you was whipping not only Cassie behind, but Kim is behind too, Kim Porter. Let's reflect. And that's when he said, I wish Lady Kim Porter was here to get an apology. So bringing Kim Porter back up from the dead, it's like her blood might be crying out from the earth for the justice. You know what I'm saying? We done told you yesterday. I think Kim Porter's about to pop back up. Okay. Matter of fact, let me go to the shout out real quick that we saw today, right? The shout out that I saw said, it was from Tashana Maria. She said, they should reopen Kim Porter's case. The first autopsy was showing poison in her system. Then all of a sudden the medical examiner was fired, and a new medical examiner found that it was lower lumbar pneumonia. I never heard of. You just catching that type of pneumonia like a cold. It stages to pneumonia before it gets there, and I've worked in the medical field for over 20 years now. Then the first medical examiner came up dead. Like, what did he die from? Oh, let me guess, the diddler. Wow, that seems to be contagious where they're from. People better be careful because it's taking them out. Yeah. And then I think I heard somebody else that tried to reopen it. They got killed, right? Isn't that what Source said on the backup channel? This stuff is hairy, man. Stuff is hairy. Anyway, let's wrap this bad boy up, okay? With everything that we see going on, I mean, this is so hairy, it's not even funny. So we're gonna pivot over. We're gonna end this one off. We're gonna end this one off with something that could just lift our spirits a little bit. Okay? I call it the white family. Take a look.
Nigga, yeah, this the type of white I wanna be. Riding around this motherfucker with my whole family. Bitch, we driving in the fucking seat. Bitch, I'm driving a car. Bitch, I just came off the fucking street. Credit score say EE. Yeah, look at me. White family. Bitch, Bitch, I'm getting every bit of that money. Can't fuck with me. Back just driving out the sea. Bitch, you can't see what I drove out the sea. Bitch, cause I'm white, I got a white family. Yes.
You needed that. You needed something to kind of raise your spirits, because this is hairy as hell. You know what I mean? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, what do you think about all this? What do you think about the security guards coming out now? You know what I'm saying? And how long they've been saying. I was having a conversation with my peoples, and I was like, when did you officially believe that Diddy was, you know, that guy? You know what I mean? That did those things. I told my peoples, I said, you know, I heard a lot about what Diddy was doing, but I know people talk crazy about everybody. Until I heard Inspector Deck from the Wu-Tang Clan. When he said what he said, I was like, oh, them Diddy parties must be real. You know what I'm saying? Like, it took Inspector Deck. I don't know why, but I felt like when I think it was Inspector Deck, and when he said what he said, I was like, you know what I'm saying? Okay. Then them Diddy party things must really be for real, for real. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it just take a voice of authority. And for me, Inspector Deck was the authority to make me validate. And you could, like, a lot of people be like, well, why did you believe me when I told you? Because niggas be lying. And I might be like number 35 by now. Niggas be lying 36, okay? People be lying all the time, so we cannot trust everybody, okay? And I'm sure Inspector Deck has lied in the past, but I believe when he said what he said, that's when I officially, because Wendy Williams been saying it. But we didn't know her to be a gossip queen, right? So I didn't always take what she said at face value, but, you know. Anyway, let us know your thoughts in the comments. But when did you first believe that these Diddy stories might actually be real? Who did it take? Who was the person that made you officially believe it? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to like, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celeb news.